Britain has just been shaken by a leak so explosive, so shocking, that it could mark the beginning of the end for Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Because in the last hour, secret documents have emerged, exposing hidden details of Starmer's controversial BritCard plan. And what they reveal has left citizens across the nation absolutely furious. Treason, surveillance, betrayal. That's the only way to describe it. For months, Starmer denied it. He insisted BritCard was just about convenience, a harmless digital ID scheme to modernize Britain. But behind closed doors, these leaked documents show something far darker, a system not just to simplify services, but to monitor movement, to track purchases, to log conversations, even to record political activity. In other words, the blueprint for a surveillance state. And here's the most chilling part. One line, buried deep inside the confidential briefing notes, reads, "Public perception must be carefully managed to avoid comparisons with authoritarian regimes." 12 words. That's all it took. And those 12 words may have just destroyed Starmer's premiership. The documents came from inside Starmer's own government. According to insiders, a whistleblower passed them to journalists late last night. Within minutes, the story exploded across social media. Screenshots of the BritCard files went viral. Hashtags like Badger Stop the BritCard and /Starmer Exposed began trending on X and TikTok. By dawn, protests had erupted outside Parliament. Thousands of angry citizens gathered waving placards. "Hands off our privacy." "Starmer by Big Brother." "No to BritCard." The fury was unmistakable, and when Starmer walked into Downing Street this morning, he wasn't greeted with respect. He was greeted with boos, chants, and reporters shouting questions about his betrayal. According to aides, Starmer lost his temper behind closed doors. He slammed papers on the table, shouting at ministers for failing to contain the leak. One insider says he even accused colleagues of treachery. But here's the irony. The public doesn't see a strong leader under fire. They see a man cornered, panicking, and losing control. The British press is having a field day. The Sun splashed Starmer's secret spy card. The Daily Mail called it the biggest attack on civil liberties in modern history. Even outlets that once defended him are turning cold. The BBC reported that Starmer faces his most serious political crisis to date. And in the online world, it's brutal. Memes of Starmer dressed as Big Brother are everywhere. Clips of 1984 are being spliced with his speeches. TikTokers are mocking him with parody adverts. "Get your BritCard today. Free surveillance included." Pollsters have been racing to measure the fallout. And the results are catastrophic. According to a Snap poll released this morning, 68% of Britons oppose BritCard after learning about the leaked details. 54% believe Starmer deliberately lied to the public. And 47% think he should resign immediately. In just 24 hours, Starmer's trust ratings have collapsed to their lowest point since becoming Prime Minister. And it's not just the public turning against him. Inside Labour, panic is spreading. MPs in marginal seats fear for their political survival. Shadow ministers are reportedly holding late-night calls asking, "Is Starmer finished?" One Labour MP told reporters anonymously, "This BritCard fiasco is our Iraq war moment. If we don't distance ourselves, the party is doomed." Resignation rumors are swirling. Names of possible successors, Angela Rayner, Wes Streeting, are already being whispered in the corridors of Westminster. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage and Reform UK are wasting no time. Farage appeared live this morning, holding up a copy of the leaked documents and declaring, "This is proof. Starmer wants to turn Britain into a surveillance state. He lied to you. He betrayed you. And now he must go." The Conservatives, too, smell blood. Tory MPs are calling for an emergency debate. One senior Conservative said, "This isn't just a scandal. This is the collapse of trust in government itself." And it doesn't stop at Britain's borders. Foreign leaders are weighing in, too. American commentators are warning that Britain is sleepwalking into authoritarianism. European politicians are asking if the UK has abandoned democratic values. Even human rights groups are preparing legal challenges, calling BritCard a violation of fundamental freedoms. So here we are. A prime minister exposed, a nation furious, a party in revolt, and the world watching in disbelief. The question now isn't whether Starmer's government will survive the week. The question is whether Britain itself can withstand the chaos unleashed by this scandal. Because if BritCard really is the surveillance scheme the leaks suggest, then this isn't just about one prime minister's downfall. This could be the moment that defines Britain's future for generations. And as the pressure mounts, the scenes across Britain are turning explosive. Outside Westminster, the protests are no longer just peaceful gatherings. Last night, thousands marched through London, chanting against Starmer's government, blocking roads, and surrounding Parliament Square with banners reading "Resign Now." The atmosphere is electric and dangerous. Police have been deployed in full riot gear. Clashes are breaking out. Videos of officers pushing back furious crowds are spreading online with millions of views. Starmer, once hailed as the man who would bring stability after years of chaos, is now being described as the architect of Britain's greatest betrayal. His speeches are drowned out by boos, his promises ignored, his face plastered on placards comparing him to dictators. In living rooms across the nation, families are asking one question. If he lied about BritCard, what else has he lied about? Inside Downing Street, panic has reached fever pitch. Ministers are turning on each other. Whispers of resignation letters are growing louder. Reports suggest that at least 3 senior cabinet members are preparing to walk out if Starmer refuses to abandon BritCard. And yet Starmer remains defiant. Sources claim he shouted during a late-night crisis meeting, "If I go down, the whole government goes with me." But rebellion is spreading like wildfire. Angela Rayner has reportedly held private talks with backbenchers. West Streeting is said to be testing the waters for a leadership challenge. Even loyal allies are now going silent. One former advisor summed it up bluntly: "This is terminal. Starmer is finished, and the opposition can hardly contain their glee." Nigel Farage is rallying crowds declaring, "This is our chance to take Britain back." Tory MPs are calling for a vote of no confidence, claiming Starmer no longer has the mandate to govern. Across the country, Reform UK billboards are appearing overnight with slogans, "Stop Starmer's spy state." Meanwhile, the global media is watching Britain unravel in real time. American networks are running segments titled, "UK's Democratic Meltdown, European." Newspapers are warning of a constitutional breakdown. Even leaders in the Commonwealth are questioning whether Britain has lost its moral compass. And then, the bombshell, new leaks emerge, not just about BritCard, but about how Downing Street planned to silence dissent. Emails reveal strategies to monitor journalists, track activists, and suppress online criticism. The revelations spark another wave of outrage. Within hours, the hashtag #StarmerMustGo hits #1 worldwide. By this morning, the polls tell a story no spin doctor can deny. Labour's numbers have collapsed to historic lows. Reform UK is surging. The Conservatives, once written off, are suddenly back in contention. And Starmer's personal approval rating has cratered to levels not seen by any prime minister in modern history. The once untouchable leader is now clinging to power by his fingertips. His allies are deserting him. His enemies are circling. The people are in open revolt. And the king, silent until now, is reportedly preparing a rare and extraordinary public intervention. Insiders claim Charles has drafted a statement reminding politicians of their duty to uphold liberty and warning against any scheme that undermines the freedoms of the British people. If delivered, it would be a direct rebuke to Starmer and perhaps the final blow. So this is where Britain stands tonight. A prime minister accused of betrayal. A government on the brink of collapse. A nation furious, divided, and demanding answers. And a monarchy preparing to step into the chaos. History is being written before our eyes. And when future generations look back, they may remember this as the week Britain decided what kind of country it would be. A free nation built on liberty, or a surveillance state built on lies. And for Keir Starmer, the man at the center of the storm, the clock is ticking. Every hour brings new revelations, new protests, new defections. The people have spoken. The world is watching. And his downfall may now be inevitable.